today's show. It's a pilot episode. So if we mess up, give us a break. Give us some time to figure it out and get it going. I'm Cheddar Chaz. Introduce yourself.
And I'm Dominique, aka Journey to Dom. What's up, everybody?
Okay. Now y'all know who we are. Now we can get down to business. Now we can cut all the small talk. Virgins. Let's talk about. No, I'm joking. Okay. So how's everything going in your world, Dominique? How's everything going?
Everything is cool. School is getting back in session soon. Thank you. And yeah, mama needs that free time. You know what I'm saying?
I can dig it. The weather's starting to change a little bit. Still getting some of the summer rains, but you could feel the fall coming in. It's cooling down a little bit. So I'm excited about that. Of course, my birthday is December 3rd. Dominique's birthday is December 2nd. So, we're winter babies. So I appreciate a nice cool breeze myself. So I want to get into some interesting topics. Now, me and you, we've discussed this a bit. And I'm going to play this video, right? So before I play the video, let me preface it with this.
Okay.
These videos reflect the thoughts and
disclaimer.
And opinions of the person expressing these views. I'm just the interviewer, and people are entitled to their own positions. No pun intended. So we're going to get into this video, and we're going to try to keep everything classy and respectful. I know the person and good guy, and it's just his thoughts. So let's get into it.
All right, let's do it.
All right, I'm gonna mute my microphone, and because I know I'm gonna laugh. So
Lord, classy.
All right. Once the dopamine in your brain subsides, that's it. You're not gonna feel the same way about a person like how you did when you first met him. Okay.
Do you still have the desire to build a nuclear family?
Fuck no.
You was like, fuck it, I'm out the game.
What do I get out of it? Because if I'm not getting a virgin out of it, what does it matter? This
is what I want to really talk to you about. Okay, we spoke about this before, but you feel like a woman has to be a virgin to be worthy of, I guess, marriage or of a serious commitment, right?
Yes.
Okay, yes. Why do you feel that way?
Okay, I'm gonna start by asking. No, I'm gonna answer a question with a question. I'm
okay.
Like this. Let's just say it's your birthday, right?
Okay.
Now, it don't matter who bought you the cake. Maybe your mom bought you the cake, and it's the flavor you like. It's got the icing you like. It's decked out.
Okay.
Right? Now, this cake is reserved for you. Right?
Okay. I know where you're going.
Now, with that being said, suppose you have other people that came and touched that cake before you. One person was digging in their ass, smelling their fingers, didn't wash their hands, and just scooped it and scooped their fingers on and licking the icing off the cake. Another person came, digging in their nose, you know what I'm saying, right, eating a booger and taking that same finger, dipping it in the cake. The other person came, they was scratching their balls. Right. Used the same hand, dipping in the cake, taking the icing off. Here you go to blow out the candles on the cake. Another person, they blow the candles out for you. They spitting all on the cake as they blow it. I mean, does that cake seem special to you?
Well, I don't know if that's an apples to apples comparison.
Now, no, just answer the question. You'll see where I'm going with it.
Okay. Look,
does it seem special to you?
And the way you put it, no. Yeah, I had to gather myself. Let me say this. Let me say this. Laughter doesn't mean approval or disapproval. It just means it's funny, right? It just means it's funny. Yeah, it was just like, okay. Now again, I don't believe that's an apples to apples comparison. Now, I can only speak from a man's perspective, so I'm gonna let you go ahead and give your take on that analogy.
Okay, since he want to use the cake and everybody digging their nasty hands in it, is his hands clean? Okay. Come on, now, right? Would the cake appreciate it if somebody with clean hands came up and took a bite out of it? Come on now, come on. Right? If we doing that.
Okay. So you're saying that there's a double standard here.
A complete double standard.
Okay. Now, for me, I would say as an adult, right?
Mhm.
I think, and I said it to on a clip. I think it's kind of unreasonable, right?
Yeah.
I think it's unreasonable to expect someone who, aside from maybe, religious views or things like that, to
Right.
be a virgin and as an adult. I think, to me, it's just like someone told me this like when I first got out of high school. They was like, yo, once you pass 21, bro, you're not gonna meet too many like ladies who don't have kids, or you're not gonna meet like a virgin like that necessarily. You would have to you would have to start dating chicks who like maybe 18. Like you're 21, you would have to date someone who's like 18 or 19 to
Yeah.
even have a chance. You would have to
Even
perpetually, yeah, even that is like crazy, right? You would have
Right.
to perpetually date younger. Like the older you get, you would have to date younger to even have a chance. And that's why I'm like, nah, I for one, I think that's unfair because, like you say, are your hands clean?
Mhm.
But I guess from his perspective, and is there a line between that and promiscuity? Because I'm gonna have him back on the show and I'm gonna ask him for some clarification. So, like, if he means it's just like, yo, a virgin in general, like hymen intact, because you can break your hymen
Pro
playing
sports.
basketball, yeah, if you
Yeah.
sports or some shit. So, like, do you mean that, or are you talking about promiscuity? And I think that's another question. Now, do you feel there's a difference between that and promiscuity, or you feel like, well, you fucked once, you might as well fuck 1,000 times?
No, I mean, uh, to be honest, it's less about physical and more about like your spirit when it comes to
Okay.
that. Like, you keep giving yourself away over and over again, then that starts to like chip away at you some kind of way, especially if you didn't really build anything with anybody over the course of that time. Then on the other hand, they say they want virgins, but then they want freaks. You can't necessarily have both because she don't know what to do. And then you go say the sex is boring because she don't really know what to do, and I ain't teaching her. And child,
Now,
that's a whole nother.
see, that's because let's talk about that.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that. Now, the thing is, it's crazy. Some things, like I say, life is the best teacher, right? There's some
Right.
things you will never know until you become an adult, right? Or until you get certain experiences. Like, it's in my opinion that a woman can be a freak even if she's not like experienced. That just
Mhm.
might be in her. Like you might have a person who never played baseball. This motherfucker throwing 95-mile-an-hour fastball. You're gonna say get him some cleats and let's put him on the team. Now,
Mhm.
if you got a young lady who just like she just might have she might have super athletic hips or something, or she might be
Athletic.
like she like a real like she might be a real
She doing Dusty Wine.
I'm saying she might be a real fluid athlete. So
Right.
you might be like, oh yeah, this is the foundation here. It's just this is solid.
Mhm.
We can. It's only this the ceiling is through the roof,
Yeah.
right? And you might have somebody who's extremely experienced and they just like that boxer who just keep getting beat up, and you're like, this motherfucker sucks. Why doesn't he just like why he gotta have CTE? Why doesn't
Yeah.
he just chill or like hang it up? And they get, and
Yeah.
so I think it could go like from a woman. I'm sure you can speak on like a guy that you might have had a perception of, and then you've been like, oh, like thumbs down.
Now, from a woman's perspective, now this is
Right.
me. Now, I ain't gonna say all women, but
Okay.
sometimes if they're like a good dancer, that's like an indicator if he can or can. But that's something totally different. That's something totally
Wait,
different.
you mean like Chris Brown? Like what the fuck?
No, because like when you dance, you gotta be very physical, very in tune with your body,
Right.
right? So that can translate in the bedroom. So that's what I'm saying. Like he just two-step and you just stand in the corner kind of stiff. Maybe, maybe not, but then
Okay.
there's always outliers to that I don't dance, but I could fuck, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay. So fellas, you heard it here first. If you want to bust a nut, learn to bust a move. So, but because I'm thinking, I'm just trying to think like a nigga in the club doing the Macarena. You're like, oh yeah, he can get it, and you be like, what the fuck?
You know
What
what
the
I'm
fuck?
talking about.
Okay. So and this kind of goes into the following topic. So we live in a very social media driven era, right? Currently. And it's funny because you can remember a time, even let's say 5 years ago, it still wasn't here where we are today. Like it was still like social media heavy, but it wasn't exactly where we are today. And I think you see, like we spoke about the weather earlier, it's summertime. You know what they say, sun's out, buns out.
So,
And you see people, they posting, the ladies, they posting the pictures in their bikinis. The brothers, they've been in the gym, they got the shirts off, what have you. Do you think that a public figure should be given more leeway versus, like a regular or normal person when posting provocative photos? Because I should have led with this, but there's a beautiful young woman who currently works in the for a wrestling promotion, and her name's Samantha Irvin, right? Beautiful woman, extremely talented, and there's she does hump day posts. She's she's recently wagon Wednesday, right? Respectfully, and she recently retired from that, unfortunately, and she was getting a lot of attention. Like right now is a really it's like the Harlem Renaissance in the WWE as far as like black women and thriving. There's a lot of beautiful sisters in the game right now. And she happens to be one of them. She's the main ring announcer for Monday Night Raw, I believe. So she was posting a lot of provocative pictures, and she's a curvaceous woman. So she was getting a lot of attention, and depending on who you are, is good attention, and some might interpret it as bad attention. But she's also married, right? Now, do you think a married woman should be given that same leeway, even if she's a public figure? Like, should she be allowed, quote unquote, should it be welcomed if she's posting provocative pictures publicly?
Okay, so first question is, does her husband know?
I have to presume he knows. It's
is
public.
He not necessarily know, but is he okay with it?
Okay. I don't know. And like Jerome, I gotta answer a question with a question. Does it matter if he's okay with it?
It does.
Okay.
It does.
Okay.
It causes a lot of friction in the marriage. Being a former married woman myself,
Okay.
There's certain things that my husband wasn't comfortable with me posting, and I didn't see it as a big deal, so I didn't post it. But that's me. There's some women that's like, "Where's my body? I can do what I want. It's my page." Blah blah blah.
Right.
However, in her case, it's still kind of on brand for her, right? Because wrestling, you wear these type of outfits that's revealing and tight, and showing off your body, showing off your work, right? Because if you're in the gym,
wrestling, here's the thing,
body, it all goes together. That's a part of her brand too.
Now, here's the thing. Here's the thing, though. She isn't a wrestler. Now that's the only real. That's where the line gets a little blurred, right? Because it's like, shout out to Rhea Ripley. If Rhea Ripley or Jade Cargill or Bianca Belair, if they wear, the shorts with, their cheeks out, or they wear things that a little more scantily clad, then the person might say, well, shit, everyone wears that. The men wear stuff like that. Like, everyone wears it. But if like, let's say Jerry the King Lawler showed up and he, or like, I'm trying to think, if like Michael Cole or one of them showed up and they in a thong, you're gonna be like, yo, what the fuck? Like, that's not even part of like, what you doing? So do you think it makes a difference that she isn't a wrestler?
But she's a part of the brand. It's still a part of that scene.
Okay.
It's like perfect example. Like bartenders at the strip club. They may not be
Okay.
strippers, but they
Mhm.
still dress sexy and provocative to match the theme of
Right.
what's going on. They don't come in their hoodies and they'll be like, what's going on here? You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So I feel like, but wait a minute, let me take this back for a little bit. Is she posting on a personal page or is this her brand page? That's another thing.
To my understanding, they're one and the same.
Doing the same.
Yeah, because she is such a public figure. They're
Mhm.
one and the same. And it's not even necessarily the post, because you should be able to post what you want to post on your page within reason, right? It's more so the follow up. Whereas, like,
Mhm.
people, they take these images and they just blast them
Right.
all over Twitter, and they're like, oh, look at that ass. Or, she look, oh, we got another
Oh yeah,
one.
you can imagine the thoughts and comments and the
Yeah.
section.
It's a lot of lustful guys out there. And
Or the
we
gym
appreciate,
probably on fire. You know,
yeah, you know what I'm saying?
um,
And that's the thing. Would a man, would her husband be insecure if her husband name is Ricochet? Shout out to him. He's not with that company anymore. But
mm,
would husband be insecure if he was like, yo, this is too much? Or would he be a simp if he was like, I want to be a part of this too? Fuck it, you can't beat him, join him. Like, what do you think either of those things are applicable?
ooh, that's like this there's 3 or 4 balls being juggled in the air. So like you said,
Figuratively.
right,
Go
right.
ahead. Go ahead.
Look, so you got, like you said, the insecurity part. Like, oh,
All
these
right.
men following you now, you becoming more and more popular. I can't take this. People see you in the street. They're like, oh, let me take a picture. Blah, blah. You
Right.
know, that whole thing. People don't have no boundaries when they see you in the street. And then you got the part of, well, shit, this bringing money in my house. Go ahead, baby. You just supposed to be, you not sleeping with nobody. It's just pictures,
Right.
right? So
Right.
come on, bring a check in. Then you have the other part of, oh, this is mine. You can't touch it, but you can see it. And this is putting it like my ego boost of this my woman that y'all lusted after.
Right.
But I got. So it depends on him, the individual man, not necessarily the situation.
Right. And I think those things generally become more of an issue when an outsider brings it to you. Right. Because even as a dude, you might, in the back of your mind, most men want to show their ladies off.
Right.
Right. But if, let's say, your grandmama, she coming to you like, oh, I saw
Right. Mm-hmm.
I saw Dominique on the Facebook. Half my ass is out. Like, what's going on? Or your dad coming to you like, son, you gotta let her go, or vice versa. Or
Your dad
you
got
know,
his phone like,
yeah, your dad saved the pictures. Like, let me show you this, and you like, Dad, why is it saved? But at the same
right.
time, you like, look, let's just put it into all this shit. And it is interesting that as the photos got more and more revealing, I think her final message was, I'm putting it into it because it did what I needed it to do. And one would ask, what did you need it to do? What did you want it to do? My opinion is that it's a competitive landscape. Wrestling has always been competitive. So as a black woman in this landscape, she's not in the ring. So she would have to showcase herself a bit more to get some of the same opportunities
Right.
afforded to her. And there's a lot of money to be made. So I don't know if the goal might have been, look, hey, don't get it fucked up. I'm working with a little something too. Or I don't know if that's like a cop out. Like, all right, look, now this shit's starting to become an issue. Y'all taking it a little too far. You know what I'm saying? I dig pictures in my DMs. I'm out. I'm turning in my badge. Like, so what do you think?
It sound like it just became too much. Like she got tired of defending herself. But at the same time, she is making money. I'm 100% sure she's making money off of it. That's not, she ain't just posted just to be posting. She getting her followers up. She getting her revenue up. Brand deals. Right. It's all going up from this.
Right.
So maybe that's also the half part of the statement. Like, I made it. People, y'all noticed me. Now everybody noticed me. I got right.
Right. Like if Savage Fenty called her and said, we want to sign you to a $1 million a year contract to just model for us, you're going to say, fucking right.
Right. I had to do what I had to do.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, okay. Now, speaking of you know, posting, provocative things, or, kind of having that, let's say, more of a hustler's mentality.
Mhm.
When you're on like X now and you see it's
Oh,
it's all
you mean
huh?
what?
Yeah, and look, that's why I was going with it, right? Because it just seems like you can't escape it. It seems like
Right? Yeah.
if you on For You, if you just click the For You tab on any platform,
Yeah.
it's like, you're gonna see some piercings, you're gonna see some ass, you're gonna see some abs, you're gonna see
More than
you're just
that.
gonna see a lot, and so much of it is against our will, right?
Right.
It's so much of it, and what I'm noticing is that it just seems like people, the ladies in particular, are getting younger and younger
Mm-hmm.
in the sex worker industry, like the OnlyFans industry. Is that something you've noticed as well?
Well, they've always even in like Japanese, right? These would be grown women, but they still present themselves as schoolgirls,
Right.
right? And so, unfortunately, there's a market for it. I hate to say that because that's a whole nother terrible idea to think, but it's the truth.
Right.
That yeah, it is, especially with what's that girl? Bad Baby. Was it Bad Baby?
Yeah, I know you're talking about. Yeah.
So she turned 18, she hit the button on OnlyFans and got $1 million in like what, an hour or something like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
like they've been waiting for her since she was a kid. It's just crazy to me, like a crazy.
And for the young people who are already in those lines of work, I'm just like, damn, you're 20 years old. You don't know this shit is forever. Like, like this lasts forever, yo. And you didn't even give anything else a chance. Like you didn't like drop
the money. They see,
yeah,
how fast
you see the
got
money.
it. That one got it.
Cause it ain't like, a motherfucker say, well, I dropped out of law school, I couldn't pass the bar. So I just went ahead and started, bigdicks.com. It's not like that. It's like, nah. It's like high school bigdicks.com. And
Right.
you're like, yo, what are you doing? You didn't want to try Walmart.
Nope.
You don't want to see, like, you know what I'm saying?
McDonald's don't get you that Gucci bag. It don't get you that.
Yeah.
It don't.
Oh man.
It don't do it for them.
And it's crazy because it's like you hear like the horror stories of the people who have like regrets from being in that industry, and it's just like, man, everyone has the mentality that's like, oh, it's not gonna be me. It's not gonna be me, or I'm gonna da da da. But I'm like, what if you put yourself out there and you don't even make no money? It's hard to argue with a motherfucker making millions of dollars doing whatever they're doing, right? It's very difficult. You better have a hell of you gotta have a hell of a argument, because even if you tell a motherfucker, look, this is gonna kill you, like, look how I'm living. I'm a ball till I fall, right? But if you're not even making any money and you out here just going full frontal with it, it's like, yo, what's the goal here?
Ass, what's wrong?
Yeah, it's like, yo, you might want another hustle. And
right, like, oh my god.
And like 10 years from now, you at the parent teacher conference, and everybody like, man, I found this old site called bigdicks.com, and somebody had downloaded the archive, and look at these photos. That's Chaz Jr.'s dad. You're like, oh, what the fuck? And you're like, wait a minute, Mr. Francis, why you got this saved in your phone?
But it won't even be the teachers, it'll be the children.
Oh man.
Yo, look what it said.
Oh
man. Ain't that your mama? Who's it?
Oh my god.
You already know what the teachers, they'll get it second. The kids will get it first.
We just living in crazy times. It's crazy times, but I think we comfortably covered several topics. Is there anything you're working on right now you want to talk to the people about?
Well, with my channel Journey to Dom, I am coming back, and I have a new video called Car Confessions, talking about all things new with me. I'm recently divorced, and dealing with things with my mom passing everything, and I just want to give an update on that. So I hope y'all check it out.
Okay. Well, for myself, I'm on and off covering sports. I kind of stepped away from it a little bit. gonna be kind of getting the channel back up and going. I got my new site dropping, bigdicks.com. So y'all be sure to check that out. And I'm joking. But no, I got you be like me. $19.99 a month. You be like, what the fuck? But no, I got some new content coming out. Got some interviews lined up, man. Basketball season is here, so you're gonna see me talking about the Pelicans and other people doing that. Oh, everybody. God.
Yeah, talk about
Pelicans one of them teams where it's like, who all gonna be there? Like, the Pelicans. Fuck. All right, I'll bring the drinks. But that's been today's show, man. Y'all be sure to like, comment, subscribe. We're gonna keep doing these. Let us know what you think. Let us know what we can improve on, and we out. Peace.